Our progression from Adhyaya 8 to Adhyaya 9 has begun, and the introduction given by Gurudev for the Adhyaya 9 was expected to be on the lines of the main theme of the 9th Adhyaya. While if we see the first few paragraphs, perhaps all of the introduction except the last few lines, Gurudev is focusing on something which is quite different than what can be expected as the introduction to the chapter 9 or the Adhyaya 9. This is one of the master strokes of Gurudeva on why the religions in the world are not able to keep pace with the humanity, why something which was so adorable at one point of time becomes despicable at other point of time, even though it is expected to hold the highest truths. In the words of Swami Vivekananda, all religions essentially are good. They only speak of truth and the ultimate reality. They were spoken in different periods of time by different prophets in different way of saying the truth. However, the followers of this truth, followers of these prophets, followers of these books or scriptures, down the line, haven't been able to fine-tune these great truths in a manner that it would suit the current situation. Gurudeva in his introduction has hinted at this extremely important point with the magnitude that mesmerizes everyone on both the fronts. The philosophical depth at which Gurudev has fathomed, at the same time the command on the language. Angla Vidya Vibhushita. In the true sense of master of the English language, if one looks at the statement made by him, that the blind faith can have a compelling charm only in the early ages of the people, and when they grow stalwart in their reason, almost muscular in their emotions, the impetuosity of the generation can no more be tamed and kept in bounds by the sandy beaches of barren faith. They demand and expect walls of unshakable logic and reason to support the stream of assertions in the philosophy of their thinkers. If today one wants to find out why there are so many religious strifes, why there are some religions creating issues, why interreligious differences leading to even killing each other happening, the reason need not be sought by anyone anywhere, but simply browsing through this introduction will give us a final solution and analysis as to why religion has become not a boon but a bane for humanity as of today. In the same introduction, Gurudeva says that the Hinduism, by virtue of its ability to use its flexibility without disturbing the crystallized truths of the religion, re-impress it, reform it, reformulate it, and yet make it relevant for the generation that is going to come or that shall be coming. The 9th Adhyaya starts with Lord's own assertion. Bhagavan Uvacha. Lord himself is coming forward, knowing fully well that the 8th Adhyaya has been properly digested by the disciple called Arjuna. In 8th Adhyaya, after ascertaining the nature of Brahma to be meditated upon, the goal of one who is engaged in meditation is described in chapter 8. There is a complete difference between the approach to the ultimate reality or the Brahma in 8th and 9th chapter. The 8th Adhyaya is emphasizing upon meditation. Those who went by Archiradi Marga, the path of flames, moving northwards through the art of meditation, gaining control over the vital force, the prana, slowly bringing the prana in the heart, then in the neck area, then moving it upwards towards the sahasrara, and then in a gradual manner, exiting through the Brahmarandra, reaching the Brahmaloka, the abode of knowledge, and eventually getting the Brahma Jnana. That was the process that was described in 8th Adhyaya. However, the Lord is saying, as against that what I told you in 8th Adhyaya, and where is the word which says that he is telling it in comparison with the 8th Adhyaya? A careful observation of the shloka number 1, idam tu word is however, indeed, idam tu, this however means that has been compared. When idam is mentioned, tat is always in the background. When this is mentioned, that is in background. That which is in background is 8th Adhyaya, Arjuna. Idam tu. This, however, that means the one which I am going to talk about, idam tu, which pravakshami. Look at the words. Lord could have said vadami. Vadami is also speaking. Vadami is different than pravakshami. Vaksha is the heart, chest, heart. That which is realized in the heart, that is what I am going to tell you, not the experiential part of this world. If I'm talking about the experience or the empirical knowledge, I will use the word vadami. I shall tell you how the machine works. Aham vadami, then I'm talking about some experience, some empirical knowledge, a knowledge where there is knower and the separation of knower from the object of knowledge. But the one which I am trying to tell Arjuna is one where the subject and the object differentiation is not there. Such a thing which is called knowing by inherence, inherently knowing. There is no subject-object relationship. It is just pure and pure pratyaksha anubhava, aparoksha anubhuti. And when that is what I am going to tell you, I also cannot use you and me as an object-subject relationship. That is why, Arjuna, I am using the word pravakshami. If I am trying to tell you about how the mango is sweet, I will use lots of words. I'll say it is beautiful, it is smelling nice, it is tasting nice, it is juicy, it is whatnot, blah, 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 blah. This is vadami. If I give the same mango to eat to someone, then there is no need to talk, because what I experienced, he experienced, and that is why there is no difference between the experience and the experiencer. They became one. And such experience and experiencer become one, then that experience where there is no subject and object is called pratyaksha anubhava. It is not a pramananubhava. It cannot be fathomed by any of the pramanas, 3, 4, 5, or 6, depending upon which darshana you're looking at. Where all pramanas end and only pratyaksha anubhava stands, that Arjuna I am going to tell you. So I am using a word pravakshami. And when I am going to tell this, I am telling you to experience it. I am going to give you direct experience. And I cannot give it to somebody who has a doubt about it. Anasuyave. Asuya means finding petty defects. Who finds a petty defects? When something is perfect and yet somebody has petty doubts about that, it is called asuya. Asuya means existence of doubt at a place where doubt need not exist. And such thing happens because the extent of knowledge of the doubter, Kutarki, has a limitation in knowledge. That is why within the sphere of his knowledge, he is trying to gauge something which is beyond his sphere of knowledge, and that is where the doubt comes. A commonly heard statement is, what is the proof that God exists? This stupid statement is asuya. Why? Because within the given frame of reference of my proof making, I am trying to bring God into it rather than me going out of my proofs to seek the God. It is like a child in 6th standard saying that bring the theory of relativity to my understanding by bringing it down to my knowledge level. It is not possible. Lack of expansion of intellectual capacity is not an excuse for denying the possibility of something beyond the intellect of that person. Any villager will completely deny the existence of black hole because it is beyond his thinking. That doesn't mean black hole doesn't exist. And such a person, when told about the truth about the black hole, he starts raising questions that if it is a black hole, why can't I see it? Now, this is called petty objection. So those who have firm faith in the ultimate reality, and more so in the one who has realized the reality, Brahmadnya, like Lord Krishna, Arjuna did not have any doubt in his mind about what Lord is talking, simply because he realized that in spite of my best efforts, what Lord is telling is beyond me. So unless he helps me in understanding what he is giving me, I cannot understand it. Which was greatly appreciated by the Sadguru or the Mahaguru, Sri Krishna. He says, Arjuna, I'm very happy about you because you are not asuya purna. You are anasuya. You do not have any petty doubts about what I am telling, because I am compelled to say that I am the glory. I am the Lord. Somebody might keep in mind that he is only eulogizing himself, maybe he is self-praising. These petty doubts do not come to your mind, Arjuna, because you are the perfect disciple that one can think of. Because you are a perfect disciple of the type that I needed, I am myself coming forward to pravakshami, to tell you that this one, which is different than that, that means that which I spoke in 8th Adhyaya, where the Brahman was a goal to be meditated upon. Now, that meditation in 8th Adhyaya is a krama mukti. It is a stage-wise process of chitta shuddhi to reach the knowledge abode and then destroy the nescience or the ajnana and get brahmadhyana. Now I am going to tell you something far superior, because it has Brahman as the goal of knowledge, not the goal of meditation. That is the difference between 8th and the 9th Adhyaya. 8th Adhyaya is about how to scale Mount Everest from the base camp. 9th Adhyaya is how to fly to the Mount Everest. One is Pippala the Marga, like an ant crawling on the top. Another is Vihanga Marga, like a bird flying directly to the destination. And that is why it is not only difficult. Durgam pathastataya kavayo vadanti, Arjuna. In Kathopanishad, it is said that Durgam patha tatha. It is not easy, but it is profound. Guhyatama. Gu means covered. Guhyatara, guhyatama. Guhyatama means the one which is maximum blanketed, the one which is maximum covered, shrouded in mystery. The shroud is of ajnana or avidya. कह सके कौन के ये जलवागरी किसकी है कि पर्दा छोड़ा है उसी ने उठाए ना बने. उसका मुख एक ज्योत है, घूंघट है संसार, घूंघट में वो छुप गया मुंह पर आचर डार. Kabir Maharaj tells us. This, in one stroke, how to lift up this curtain, how to destroy this avidya, and jnanam alone as a marga to reach it is one of the highest marga, Arjuna. It is far superior to even the Raja Yoga or the meditative practices, because there it is a stage-wise, from savitarka to nirvitarka samadhi, savichara, nirvichara samadhi, then sananda samadhi, then Smita Samadhi. After conquering all these Sampradnyat Samadhis, then you go to a Sampradnyat Samadhi or the Niribija Samadhi. And after that, after Brahmaloka, you reach the Brahma abode and become Brahmadnya. However, this Guhyatama Jnanam that I am going to tell you is a direct ascent to the knowledge where Brahman is acted upon as destination of knowledge, and that is why it is profound. Raj Guhya. Guhya means not secret, as Gurudev said. Profound means Gambhir. Gambhir is one word which is stupidly used in normal parlance as serious. No, Gambhir means deep. Sagaraha Gambhiraha. Ocean is Gambhir because ocean is deep. In other words, how a diver would find it difficult to go to the bottom of the ocean, that would require good amount of effort. In the similar manner, this Vidya that I am giving is profound in its nature, enormous in its depth. That is what I am going to teach you. And mind well, I am going to teach you in both the manners, jnana vijnana sahitam. A person who has never tasted mango, never seen mango, has no knowledge of mango. So the first thing that happens to him is there is a fruit called Alfonso or the mango. It is like this in color. It is very beautiful to smell. It is nice to taste. He hears about it. The hearing leads to awareness of that particular object that is called a paroksha jnana. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but I know about it. We all gather ourselves together on Saturday to know Brahma, about whom every now and then we discuss Brahma, 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 Brahma. No one has seen it. यारो मेरा जुनूने मयार तो देखो उस पे मरता हूं जिसको देखा ही नहीं. We don't know what Brahman is, but we always talk about Brahma. This is called aparoksha jnana. Someone said, Gurudev said, I know, I know. Vivekananda said, I know, I know. We don't know. So jnanam is what Bhagavad Gita is telling, Vedanta is telling about the Brahma. It's also talking about how to reach there by Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, all that we do it by heart. Yet, we have no experience of any kind of Brahma. So I shall tell you about the nature of Brahma. I shall tell you about ways of reaching to the Brahma. These two will form the part called Jnana. And I shall bless you if you are prepared to take the flight with the actual flight there, which will be Vijnanam, or the actual Pratyaksha Anubhava. Pratyaksha Anubhava. How do you get the motherhood? Only by becoming a mother. Every married lady would be told by all the ladies that, it is easy to have, no problem, delivery will be fine, there'll be a baby, there'll be a little bit of pain, this, that. All this is jnanam. The day she delivers the baby, vijnanam. Now she doesn't require anyone to tell her anything because she has actually experienced the birth of a baby. So I am going to tell you jnana vijnana sahitam. Yad jnatva, see the word used by Bhagavad Gita, yad jnatva, not yet praptva. Praptavyam is not possible with Brahma. That which is not samskarya, that which is not vikarya, that which is not sampadya or apadya is Brahma. So Brahma cannot be obtained but can be attained. Attainment, jnatva, jnatavyata. तुकाराम महाराज से देव पहाया गेलो देवची होवनी ठेलो. I went to see the God and I became God. You cannot experience Brahma or God unless you become God. Yajnatva moksha se moktum ichha. Moksha se, moksha itself means release of bondage. And what is the bondage? Ashubha. Bondage is Ashubha. Anybody who is bound is Ashubha. That is why in the Sapta 7 levels of Jnanam, the first level is Shubhecha. Shubhecha, I want to be free. Ichha. That is the first step. Ashubha, bondage in the world is Ashubha. Why Ashubha? It's only producing Dukkham. Sukham is in the garb Dukkha only. Having a child was Sukham. But it was a dukkham in the garb because all remaining period of his life, he has been a source of sorrow. When he was small, I had to look after him. When he went to school, I had to look after the expense. When he was growing, I had to ensure that it doesn't fall in the bad company. When he falls in the bad company, he starts abusing the father. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't look after me. Now he's married. He's not looking after his own mother and father. The same child whose celebration we did has become a source of dukkham because of bondage. So bandhanasha is a shubham. So bandhanasha of ashubha will be done only when you have jnana vijnana sahitam raja guhyatam jnanam, which I know you don't know. That is why, Arjuna, I shall be there to tell you that, because I know precisely what you are suffering from. As Gurudeva beautifully says, it is the Krishna cure for Arjuna disease. Very systematically prescribed. How to direct the engine of existence from driver's seat. What is Bhagavad Gita teaching us? How to direct the engine of existence from driver's seat. Currently, in the driver's seat, somebody else is sitting, and we are tied to the car, being literally swept away by the car because the car's driver is out, not me. My mind is sitting there. So, if you want to learn Arjuna, the crux, the key, the master key to gain the ultimate for which you are born. Understand? This is the most profound of the profound. There is nothing more profound than this. You may think that, the oxygen radical by Lavoisier or the law of gravity by Newton or theory of relativity, that's something profound. No, that's not profound. That's a surface thing. The most profound thing is this knowledge. So profound it is that it is the end of all knowledges. That is why, Arjuna, I call this as Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam. There are two Raj into it. First of all, Raj itself means it is the royal, means the most exalted. There's nothing beyond Raja. Raja means the top. Most exalted is this knowledge. Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam. First of all, this is the Vidya, rest everything is secular knowledge. Why this is Vidya? Because it destroys avidya. The technique of mastering the ability to destroy the avidya or ajnana is Vidya. And in these Vidyas, you may compare it with secular Vidyas, like Narada Muni had all Saushishtakala, Jnana and 32 Vidyas and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. Sanat Kumar Maharaj said, do you know Rajaguhya Vidya? No, then it is useless. So this is Tatpurusha Samasa, Rajaguhya, Rajavidya. According to the stricter rules of Tatpurusha Samas, it should have been Vidya Rajaguhya Rajam. But there is an exception in Sanskrit grammar which makes it correct as Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. It is Guhyam, profound. There is nothing as profound as this, Arjuna, for sure. So it's not that today you will come to me, learn this Vidya, and again you will go somewhere to learn further Vidya. Then there's no further here. Thus far, no further. Guhyatam. Profound of the profound. Kasmin bhagavo vidyate sarvam idam vidyato bhavati. If you know this, there is nothing left to be known. In fact, there is no need to know anything if you know this. Why? Because everything else will be an illusion. Who would try to learn about the illusion? The theory of relativity is an illusion, gravity is an illusion, earth is an illusion, you are an illusion, I am an illusion, the creation is an illusion. Why get the knowledge of illusion, howsoever big you may get it? The knowledge of truth is the highest, not the knowledge of illusion. Knowledge of illusion is absurdity. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram. Why the word Pavitram has come? If I do papam, I purify myself by doing prayaschitta karma. So I, by mistake, insult a person of Gurudeva's caliber. It's a papam. In fact, that is one karma which is supposed to give the result right away in the same birth. It's called intense papa karma. Insulting a saintly person. Now I have to do prayaschitta. Prayaschitta by doing some acts, serving that particular saintly person, repenting, remaining on fast, do some vrata, vaikalya, whatever, basically to purify myself. So for one papam to be purified, I have to do so many things, and yet I am not sure that I will not do another papam. So the pavitrata of that particular prayashchit karma is only momentary or temporary, because the cause is still there. The vasana is the cause. So today, because of a particular vasana, I did one particular papam, did prayashchitam, another vasana may come, because cause is not destroyed. So prayashchitam cannot be my pavitram forever. It is temporary pavitrata. However, Arjuna, if you know this particular Rajaguhya, Rajavidya, then you don't have to do anything, because you are pavitra forever. The cause of impurity will be destroyed. That is why it is pavitram. That's why Ishavasya Upanishad calls it that Shukram, Shuddham, Asnavaram. Saparyagat, the shloka says, it is Shukram Shuddham. Stainless. Stainless meaning pavitra in entirety. Why? Apavitrata is coming from the cause called avidya. When the avidya itself is not there, when there is absolutely no dirt available, how the water will become dirty? Only water is there. There is no dirt. Rest of the things in our life is some dirt is removed, another dirt falls into it. That is why Arjuna, this is Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram, Idam, Uttamam. Uttam Pavitra. Highest purity. Pratyaksha Avagamam. Now, it is not Pratyaksha Pramanam, Pratyaksha Avagamyata. Avagamya word in Sanskrit means that through which something is known, is called Avagamya. Ava is you follow and it will come. That through which something is known is called Avagamya. Why? Because when you reach at the Mount Everest top, what happened? I reached Mount Everest, but Mount Everest was there only. So what happened? I walked up to there and the thing called I reached Mount Everest happened. There's nothing called I reached Mount Everest. You walked up to a point and it automatically happened that I reached Mount Everest. I say so. Reaching is a process. But after reaching, when you say I reached, is not a process. Reaching is a process. After reaching, you say, I reached. It's not a process, it's a statement. Similarly, avagamyate, pratyaksha means you are at the top. You are Brahma. Pratyaksha avagamyam. You get established in that sthiti. Swasthiti, susthiti. Dharmyam. Dharmyam. The law of being is dharma, according to Gurudeva. You are being till you have become Brahma. So when you are a being closest to the Brahma, you are nothing else but the apostle, or you're nothing else but the reservoir of dharma. Dharma itself is you. Every saint is a dharma. Every saint, whatever he does is dharma. So dharmam susukham, you may think it is very difficult. Why it is called susukham? When you say durgam, everything, and suddenly you say susukham. Susukham because it is effortless. Because when you do effort, you are talking about karta, karma, and the object. So whenever you do effort, it is definitely not for Brahman. Whenever you do effortlessly, that means when you are not subject and there is no object, that is susukham. And that is the when kartum avyayam. It is very easy to perform. And why it is called avyayam? Avyayam because everything that you do gives you a phalam. I study, I become topper in the examination. I eat, I feel fulfilled. Every action has a phalam. But how long the phalam lasts? When I ate the mango, it lasted for 5 minutes. Every karma that we do, the phalam has to be there, and the phalam, moment it is there, the phalam lasts for certain period of time. Unlike this, the phalam that you will be getting, Arjuna, now is avyayam because it will never perish. Why? Because it is not phalam. Why? It is because there is no subject-object relationship. It is susukham kartavyam. So since it is susukham kartavyam, done with an aspect of no subject, no object, it is bound to be imperishable because it is not phalam. It is only avyayam. This is what Arjuna, in short, I told you what I am going to speak henceforth in this adhyaya. That is why it is called Rajaguhya, profound of the profoundest knowledge that I am going to impart to you. Hari Om.